There we go, it's filming. Put it in there. Around and off we go. If I don't come back in an hour, send for the Coast Guard. Bouncy film here. I'm trying to make my way gently into the water, and the water feels cold because it's 30 degrees already at 5 something, and so this water is about 24 degrees, and I've got to gently pick my way through the stones and coral. Going to be another beautiful sunrise. So here we go out into the water. The Nikon is just filming by itself, so people can see the sunrise. I love the clouds. There's monsters in these clouds. All sorts of shapes. I could see it, some of my friends could see it, most of them just think I've gone crackers. Okay, so we're looking south towards the sea defences upon which they built a promenade, and there's already people exercising and just taking in the sunshine. There's a grumpy old men's club, Pinoy, which I'm a member of. But I'm not antisocial, but I actually prefer most of the time to have my adventures by myself, and these guys don't come out. There we are, there's the Nikon, there is my little base. These are the, I would just say PIOT, but that's African. These are the shelters, blah blah. I don't know what they're called in Filipino. And you can rent them by the day, by the hour, I suppose. It's a fishermen's cooperative have these to make a bit of money. And here is the Chinese, strictly Chinese. I'm not sure whether that's legal. I tried to go there and register for a refresher course for my PADI license when I finally got enough body strength to go diving again. And they said, "Are you Chinese?" And I said, "Well, do I look Chinese?" "No." "Well, you can't come here. Exclusively is a very expensive resort. If you see the rooms there, they have their own little terrace, split AC, it's very nice inside. I've peeped inside. Not welcome, but well, welcome by the Pinoy staff. Bam Bam, who looks after almost everything, like the general foreman, he's very friendly. He lives near the fish market, and he advised me to wait until they hadn't got any guests, and then go and speak to and shock the owner. Oh shit, I just trod on a coral. Shocked the owner by talking to him in Cantonese, because I can speak Cantonese. He said that will give him a fright, because he's from southern China, and I know the official language is what do you call it? Beijinese, I don't know. But people in southern China still speak Cantonese. Getting a little bit deep here, which is okay for the camera. And I've just trod on another coral. Now, we can see the problem I was discussing yesterday. This club, bloody business, this resort, has built right down past the high water mark. So anyone wanting to go along the beach, which people do, and they're entitled to, it's public land, they have to do an assault course and climb over, climb onto this ledge, which is very slippery, go past the ramp, and then climb down some very rudimentary steps at the resort, not willingly, but to try and avoid a public scandal. They built some steps down, and then you come to this, where the scaffolding is. It's an Australian, apparently, is building some paradise home there, and he again has got a boat ramp which blocks people's access along the beach. The idea behind that is he thinks he's then got a private beach, but I have to correct him there, because the old ladies who come from Bacon every day go there despite the hazards. They go up and down those steps and across the beach to maintain the public right of way. I'm surprised they could do it, because I have a problem. I have no Achilles tendon in my right leg, so I'm a little bit wobbly on my feet, and I find it really difficult. And I'm old as well. I keep forgetting I'm old. Oh, there we are. There's the sun coming up. So hopefully the Nikon is doing its job and showing everyone the sun. Where these little waves are coming from, there's no wind, but to keep the camera above the water, which doesn't matter if it goes in, but not much point, because there's no, if the water was still, I could put my head under the water to do snorkeling, and you'd see like an aquarium full of fish, small fish of course. Now there, oops, what the bloody hell, I've got into a rockery here. Luckily the sea urchins have gone, because otherwise I'd be taking a real risk walking in bare feet. When they're in season, they can't come close to the shore, and if you tread on one, you'll know all about it. I've done it a couple of times. See how quickly the sun comes up here. It just shoots up. The scientific reasons for that are to do with us being near the equator. And that's as far as I get with that scientific explanation. The water is just beautiful. It's at least 5:30 now. I never have a watch when I'm down here. In fact, I very rarely carry a watch at all. I mean, I'm retired, so time doesn't mean very much to me. And I live in paradise, so why have a watch? I have, on my motorbike, I have on the handlebars a clock, because it was a free gift with one of the more expensive purchases I made. Well, I got two, so there's one on the handlebars of my mountain bike as well. Because I'm this sort of crazy guy, I have no need to know the time unless I'm going to an appointment, which is never. But I always want to know the time. So when I haven't got a watch on, I want to know the time. When I've got it on, I just ignore it. But it saves me taking my hand off the handlebars of either the motorbike or the mountain bike, because the road traffic here is a little bit like Mad Max. So there we go. That was a bit cold. There again, it's Philippines, so if they want to all drive like maniacs, it's up to them. Now you should be able to see a guy with two dogs coming along doing the assault course to get here. He comes every day. He's extremely unfriendly, and I had first thought he's unfriendly because I'm a foreigner. The fisherman said he just doesn't like anyone, so don't worry about it. But I got a good morning out of him yesterday. Must be warming to me. He's come along and he'll disappear, but he's got to climb some bloody awful makeshift steps which the Chinese very magnanimously put in when people were complaining they couldn't get up to the wall to cross their slipway. And he'll reappear. Now he's a bit shaky. There he comes. He's a bit shaky on his pins as well. But he comes every day, and he has his own private Grumpy Old Man's Club, which is on. If you see the green boat, there's a little promenade there, and there's a table and chairs, and he will sit there, and other grumpy old men will join him, and they'll be like me, people watching and character assassinating everyone who comes near them. Here he comes. It's very slippery where he is now, very slippery. See the dogs, just following around. He smokes, so do I. My health first. I gave up smoking for many years, 11 years, smoking and drinking, and then the war, the invasion stage of the war started in 22, and I started to smoke, as a lot of people do in Ukraine. You know, the constant wailing of sirens, bloody rockets thundering over our heads now every so often. It's enough to make anyone smoke and drink. I'll say one thing about the Ukrainian army. Well, I admire them because they're not running away, and they didn't run away at the beginning when they had no Western aid, none of these 777 artillery pieces and rockets and MLRS. They had nothing. But they didn't run away, they stood their ground, which shocked Putin, actually. It was said that the advanced troops, Russian troops, actually had dress uniforms in their vehicles and tanks because they were anticipating having a victory parade in Kiev within a few days. Well, it didn't happen. But they committed terrible atrocities in places like Bucha, and when they retreated